Now, when you speak the language, so it's not easy, especially when you don't know it.
It's tough. I mean, you know, for me, it was also a great learning experience.
It's basically a continuation from part one. So you guys are continuing from part one.
Well, so this is the interesting part of this movie. And in the second part, I'm also really excited because I get to do my own underwater action sequences. Hi, I'm Pooja Kumar, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Yeah, so you know, when you say Tamil, so basically it is Tamil.
It's Tamil, so, like the...
Basically the la and la.
There's four las. Did you know that?
So now when you speak the language, so it's not easy, especially when you don't know it.
No.
To just learn it, because if you don't get that nuance right, so it's
Absolutely.
like,
it's tough.
And you can easily be caught because they can just...
And plus, I'm playing a Brahminical girl, right? But I'm born and brought up in New York, so it was definitely, you know, a challenge for me to kind of adapt to that. But I think you know, my character's like, she's a little naive, and then she's also a little modern. So I think that's maybe one of the reasons why he cast me, because I think maybe in real life I'm kind of like that. But learning the language with him, I mean, he guided me, right? Like, okay, these are the nuances, these are the pauses, these are the places where it will work for this character and not. I mean, he was guiding, like all of us actually, throughout the whole time. And that was great because, and then he would allow you as an actor to kind of make these choices for character work and bring these other nuances that I think he, you know, hires actors to do. And he welcomed that, right? Which was great, because I think a lot of people have this misnomer that, you know, he's really tough to work with. But I think he actually sees the actor work, and he gets excited, you know? And when he sees you make the effort, because he's taken so much time, right, to write these characters, especially female characters. I mean, if you see all of his movies, they all have, like, something to do in the movie. And especially this movie, I mean, I start off like, I hate my husband, he's a Kathak dancer, he's maybe gay, maybe not, I don't really like him. And then by the end, you know, I actually help him and do the heroic thing and be the hero at the end of like solving, you know, defusing the bomb.
Right, and apart from being so many things, he's also very virile. He can be really, really full on actually, so which is wonderful.
I mean, you know, for me, it was also a great learning experience, obviously, because he's the writer, the director, producer, and then he was my love interest. So I'm walking on set every day nervous because, okay, how do I balance that? I've got to listen to him, obviously, as a director, and then I have to play the love interest where I'm kind of mean and annoyed and I don't really like him. So it was very tough. And to this day, I would say every day on set, I was very nervous when he came on.
So it's basically a continuation from part one. So you guys are continuing from part one.
Well, so this is the interesting part of this movie. I think you don't have to see part one. And that's what's great about the way he's written it, is that it's a standalone film.
Oh, okay.
So part one is different from part two. I mean, the characters are all the same. And so you get introduced to the characters, and then now you get to see them sort of go into their own zone. And in the first part, you know, we're all kind of like users. You know, my character's kind of using him to get to America. He's using me just as like a sidey person because he has his own. He's got to, you know, have his cover. And then in the second part, because by the end of the first movie, we see her sort of falling in love with him and having this respect for him because he's actually doing something for the greater good. And she's a self-absorbed, kind of selfish character. And then in the second part, she slowly falls in love with him. And she thinks she's a raw agent or like she's a spy or whatever, but she's none of these things. But she gets on board with all of them because she also feels like, okay, if he's doing something for the rest of the country, then I should be doing that too. And in the second part, I'm also really excited because I get to do my own underwater action sequences.
So, we've seen the making of that.
Yeah, and did you see it?
I've seen the making, yeah.
Okay, so for Sir also was the first time where he directed that kind of an action sequence, and you can only stay underwater for 30 minutes at a time because then, you know, you've got to keep neutralizing. And I'm a certified scuba diver, so he actually wrote this in and said, would you be willing to do it? And I said, yeah, of course. And then afterwards I was like, oh my God, should I even really be doing it? Because I've never done underwater action. And then it was awesome to do it. So I'm holding a gun, then you've got like an oxygen tank, and then we had a mic over our head mask because we had to listen to direction underwater. Because underwater you can't hear anything, right? So there were these special mics that we had to use to listen to the direction of action, cut, okay, go through the cannon, you know, go behind this like big like sets that they built underwater, go underneath, go above it, and it was quite an experience. Hi, I'm Pooja Kumar, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.